Hi, yes, this is Grant Putnam, Putnam's Landscaping at Mr. Ferone's house in Greenwich. So, starting off with the front of the house here, I think there should be a walkway that just goes straight to the driveway versus hugging the house. It will allow for a planting bed that's wider from the house so the plants aren't so close to the house, and it'll look a lot better. So we could reuse some of this bluestone that's not cracked. This bluestone is set all on a porous footing, meaning gravel. It's 1.5-inch bluestone. The other type of bluestone is 1-inch bluestone, and that's typically set on concrete. So again, there's two different thicknesses of bluestone. So we could reuse all the bluestone that's 1.5 inch and power wash it to try to bring back some of its original color. Then of course, you're going to need a landscape design to show all the plant details as far as, okay, what plants are you deciding to put along the front foundation of your house. Typically you do multiple layers of plantings to add interest at different heights with different blooming periods. So there's really a lot that goes into that. But Elisa, has almost 30 years of experience doing these plant designs. That's really her forte. We got this beautiful Japanese maple, which we could throw some low voltage lighting underneath. As you could also add the lighting to accentuate certain aspects of your landscape and also your house, whether it's the front and back. So we'll give you a budget on landscape lighting. There's the pond dredging. We'll just have to look into that for you. This walkway is actually not in terrible shape. What we could do is we could repair this walkway, power wash and repair it, and then you could reshape it, meaning if you didn't want to have the jagged edge, you could cut straight lines or curved lines if you wanted to. So that's another option. These, so even these steps right here, you can see they've actually settled over time. So that would have to make a determination whether it's worth the cost to fix these steps. And the wall, same thing. That looks like it should need some masonry repair. A lot of the cement is cracking. Whenever you put these really wide cement joints, they're susceptible to cracking. So, and the steps are probably settling because the foundation was never done properly underneath them. So even if you fix that, just realize that they could crack in the same spot again because they don't have the proper footing. But if you look at the overall cost, my suggestion actually would be to repair the walk in the front, clean it, repair it, maybe reshape it, and then in the back add basically all new. So again, plantings along the front of the house here. You got some afternoon sunlight up here because east is actually from that direction over there, so the sun kind of goes down in the west in the afternoon on this side of the house. This is the least visible side of the house, but I would consider taking out all these azaleas, which are overgrown and ugly, and starting just about here, because this is basically your viewpoint out of this window, and also if you're entertaining in the back, you're going to see this area. So starting from this area, stretching along this hill, is really the focal point for your backyard as far as when you're spending time out here looking out this way. So my suggestion is make this into a really beautiful planted area with, again, different varieties and plants and trees with different blooming periods. I think it could really look fantastic. The patio back here, majority of it is set on a porous footing. So power wash it, reuse the bluestone. This is about 37 feet by 7 feet of bluestone here that we could reuse. You'll see that there's concrete footing starting about here, going this way. Same problem, the joints are really wide, they're susceptible to cracking. And when you add new bluestone patio, the joints are going to look a little different. The workmanship could have been a lot better when they first installed this, but you could look at the cost of just fixing this, realizing that you're probably going to end up having to fix it again in the future, okay, and then adding on to it. And then you're going to lift all this bluestone right here is all porous So lift it all up and you could reuse it. As well as all of the bluestone stretch along this side of the house. That, you know, it should be redesigned, should be moved. It's too close to the house. We talked about, Elisa and you had spoken about adding a fire element back over here. But this really requires doing design because there's going to be different ways you can lay out these patios. So that's really your first step as a design. What we'll do is we'll come back to you with just some general ideas and budgets with a design proposal so we can give you a cost for doing a design. And the other thing I would suggest doing, obviously getting rid of all this very invasive bamboo, because that's going to just be a spreading nightmare. And then I would even think about getting rid of a lot of these maple trees up here and creating lawn, because the property feels very small in the backyard. It looks like mostly forest. So if you don't have an issue or as far as owning the property and being able to take these trees down, just another thought is I would maybe take down, you know, roughly a 25, 30 foot area by 60 foot area, clearing all these trees up here, and then you would have the backyard feels like it's expanded and it feels like you're having a bigger backyard. So just a thought. Over here we talked about